Hi everyone, my name is Janelle. If you're new here, I'm a retired Olympic level athlete. My sport was synchronized swimming, now known as artistic swimming. And what I wanted to talk about today is something that I came across. I guess a perspective that I came across from someone on the internet. I forget exactly their name. I'll post it right here somewhere on the screen. Basically, this guy, he did a video with another creator that I watch. This person has lost a significant amount of weight. They were very overweight and decided they needed a change in their life. And I just really love what his perspective on the situation is. And essentially the video that I watched was him going through his day-to-day routine, his diet, his workouts, his schedule for the whole day, and showing it to this like fitness professional, let's say. They were going through it, and at one point, the big creator, his name is Will, he's like, okay, so you don't work. Like, this is basically a full-time job. What are you, is it your full-time job? And the guy, I forget exactly word for word, but the concept was essentially like, I gave up everything for a year to focus on solely bettering myself because the sacrifice of a year is worth it for me to have the rest of my life in front of me. And I thought that it was so special how he was talking about that, and I think it can be applied to so many things. And this example is so, I guess, extreme in a lot of people's views, a lot of people's opinions, but I just relate to it so much in the sense that when you want to do something and when something is important to you, it doesn't seem like such a crazy idea, if that makes sense. If you have your opinion or your sights set on something, it doesn't matter what an outside person's opinion is, or it doesn't matter what society thinks. You could look at this in many different ways, but kind of in two ways is like, I could never do this. This is extreme. Like, you have to come from a place of privilege to be able to do that. And I guess in a certain way, you have to acknowledge, like, okay, maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you don't have, expensive payments to do. And, you could take the time to do that. That's one perspective. But the other one is really the choices you make are yours. And the choices that you've made in your life up until now, they don't have to define you forever. And you have the power to change them whenever you want. And it's just so special. Instead of looking at it and saying, okay, well, I'm here, I've made these choices, this is my reality, this is where I have to stay. Take that, change it to what you want your life to look like, or what you want your reality to look like. And it's very possible. I guess it looks different for everyone. Maybe let's say you have a large family and you have to contribute to your ways. Okay, fine. But you can still change small things that seem kind of insignificant in the moment, but compound over time to create like a whole different life for yourself. It's a very special thing, and I thought it was so insightful, and it really got me thinking a lot recently. It really is people's choices that create their opinions about things. And I'll explain what I kind of mean by that. Yesterday I was driving, and this is when my thoughts tend to come to me. I don't know, I'm just driving, either listening to music and it sparks something, or a podcast, or just sitting with my thoughts and it sparks a thought process, and I'll like voice memo it into my notes. And yesterday I got really inspired, and it's funny, I can't even remember what song I was listening to. I know it was a song, I'm pretty sure it was by Noah Kahan. I can't remember exactly what, but I just like got a little thought process going about how people's choices make up their opinions of other people's choices. It's kind of like, you're like, yeah, okay, what? The thought I had in my head, okay, was about myself. And I don't really have a career, you could say. And I just kind of work jobs that I like doing. And, they support me, They cover my bills, they cover my expenses, and it's something that really works for me, and I have a lot of freedom with my time because of that. And I've been able to really experience certain things that a lot of people haven't been able to experience, or as simple as something as going for lunch on a Wednesday afternoon because you can. That's really cool. And you know, it's not to say that one is better than the other, but for me personally, knowing myself and having worked through different cycles, I guess, different jobs, different career paths, I know myself well enough to know that I need variety. I need to be moving around. I need to be doing something, and I need to enjoy what I'm doing. And if I enjoy what I'm doing, it projects onto the people I work with, onto clients I have, onto my life in general. And when I'm overconsumed with the same thing day in, day out, it doesn't bring me joy. Because of that, though, like I said, I don't have a regular career or job, or, you know, when you meet someone and they say, oh, what do you do for a living? My answer right now is kind of whatever I want. Which it seems so like irresponsible in a way, but again, I think that it's only irresponsible to other people, or they only look at it a certain way because of the choices they've made in their own life. So if you have made the choice in your life to, okay, and unexpected things happen, okay, but if you've made the choice to have kids, if you've made the choice to buy a house, if you've made the choice to get a brand new car and have a car payment, if you've made the choice to invest in, I don't know, real estate, if you've made the choice to book a huge vacation, like all of these choices, okay, they create your kind of reality that you live in. And it's not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that I think that it shapes the way that you see things. And so if you have all of these things that you're responsible for, maybe you're completely set, you know, like maybe your income covers all that stuff and you have no stress, and this is really not related financially to you. That's one thing. But in a lot of cases, I feel like people make these choices or these decisions, or they've put themselves in a situation where they can't grasp the concept that someone else wouldn't be in that situation, because that's their reality. If you're living in it 24/7, it's kind of like how I don't like to be doing the same thing for work over and over and over again. If you're in that reality, that's your life. When I was full-time in sport, it's all consuming. All you know is about that. So your perspectives on things and your opinions about things is going to be skewed based on what your reality is. Even if you take the finances out of it, I think a lot of people's situations create their opinions on other people's situations, and it's really hard for people to understand that not everyone wants the same things. Just because you want one thing and someone else doesn't want that thing, it doesn't mean that they're less successful, less smart, less anything, because it could be said the opposite way too, right? How I like to live my life freaks a lot of people out, and how I like to go about my days is kind of like a nightmare for some people, and that's totally fine. It would be like I have my lifestyle and I would be judging or looking down on people who have made socially acceptable decisions in their life, and I would be like looking at them as less than me because they don't make the same decisions that I do, and that's totally not how I see things. So it was just a kind of funny thought process on like opinions and what I guess what your knowledge is and what your life experience is. Your life choices, they do create your opinions and your outlook in a way, but it doesn't have to be negative, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, there's room for everyone to have different opinions and different lives, and it's like everything. If you are really happy doing what you're doing, that's completely cool, and maybe you're not, but it takes every type of person and every type of job and every type of communication to make the world go round, you know? If everyone had the same job selling the same product, there would only be one product in the whole world. If everyone was a cashier at a grocery store, there would be no one, I don't know, no one designing the next aircraft, or I don't know. Just because something's different from what your reality is, or just because it's different than what you know, it doesn't make it better or worse or more desirable or less desirable. It's just, it really all comes down to what you want, what your perspective is, and what your heart is telling you. And it's things that I know that are in my brain that are common sense. This is how I operate on a daily basis, but sometimes I just have these thoughts that like put into words kind of what I've been feeling or acting, and more often than not we judge others because they're doing something different than us. I don't think that that's good. Not to make like good and bad, but I just think that it's kind of irresponsible to judge others based on the fact that their situation is different than ours. It doesn't really make much sense. Imagine you have like all the money in the world and this big house and pool and garden and blah blah blah, and you're paying people to come maintain your pool, plant your tomatoes, mow your lawn. If you're looking down on people, or if you're not accepting of the fact that everyone has different jobs, your house would look like poop. You know, even if you have all the money and all the resources, you still need variety and other people to be doing things that maybe you don't want to be doing. So we're kind of just at a point where we're gonna be rambling now. So in conclusion, it takes all different kinds of people and experiences and perspectives, and the more you're open to learning about or talking with these people, or you know, really adopting the live and let live type of mentality, I think it just opens you up to being a little more lighthearted, less judgmental, and more open-minded. What you deem important might not be important for other people, and so for you to look down on people or judge others based on your situation, your life choices, and what that has brought you to believe is maybe not the right thing to do. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Share this video with someone if it made you think a little bit, or if you learned something. You can leave down in the comments, I don't know, some positive anything. Everyone needs a little more of that in their life, you know? And maybe your comment makes someone think a little about something, or maybe the next time they go to judge someone else based on what they perceive to be that person's reality, maybe they think twice. Or maybe it's because you wrote something nice down below. Anyways, have a great day. I will talk to you guys soon, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.